All right, all right.
Live.
We are live. Hello, 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 hello.
Hey,
What's going
everybody.
on, Tiffany?
Hey, everybody.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm taking it easy. I want to give a shout out to my sister, Frankie Kiwana. This week, she lost her queen mother, Miss Barbara
Oh,
Brown.
sorry.
Um, we've been friends for over 30 years,
Wow.
and we are so just speechless right now. So I want to definitely send out love to the Brown family, to Kiwana, to her sister Cherise, to her dad and her children, all the grandchildren. We send love to y'all and peace.
All right.
How was your week this week?
My condolences to your family.
Thank
If you guys
you.
ever met them. My week was stress less, as I like it. Um, well, except for the driving part. It's when you drive, you can't help but take on some kind of stress.
Yeah, driving. I don't like driving that much.
Because people are crazy.
You got
Uh,
to be watching out for everybody.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I had an incident with a brother this week.
Oh.
Um, it was very okay. So, quick story. I was parking in Manhattan, and
Mm-hmm.
I was parking in front of a hotel. I wasn't parking. I was pulling over to send a text to message someone, and you know, to say don't text and drive.
Yeah,
Fine,
that's good. Thanks.
right?
Shout out. You did that.
So this brother, he's the doorman for this hotel. So he came out. He said you can't park, and it did say loading. Guests gonna come and go. So it said loaded, but there was nobody waiting to go. So he said you can't park. I said, well, I'm not parking. I'm leaving in a few minutes. So I'll be done in a second. He go, well, it says no parking. He goes, I go, I know, but just give me. I'll be out. And he kind of leaned into my car, put his face in, and I rolled the window up.
I would have been doing that too. Like, get your Corolla.
So I rolled the window up, and he went off. He's like, "Don't you ever fucking roll the window up in my face again? I'll whoop your ass. I'll whoop your motherfucking ass." So I rolled the window down. I go, "What?" Like he goes, "Yeah, you just rolled the window up in my motherfucking face." I go, "Well, first of all, it's my fucking window.
Yes.
Roll it up if I want, and you were the one that leaned in,
I don't know what
you
you're
know,
doing.
right?" And so he's just going off about whooping my ass. He's like, "Get out the car, get out the car."
In front of
I
his job.
it right in front of the hotel. So I rolled the window. I go, dude, are you gonna go to jail because I rolled the window up? I
Is
said,
it
you
worth
you
it?
willing to go to jail over this? And he just kept going, get out the car. I'm not like, and all I kept saying is, you would really go to jail because he could kick my ass. I'm not. I mean, he was a
Yeah, I
big
know. I know your ass wasn't getting out that car.
no, no. But and all I kept saying to him, would you really? I tried to appeal to his, I don't know, conscious level if he had one,
Mm-hmm.
but I was kind of talking to him brother to brother, like, dude, are you really over a window? Because I rolled the window up in your face, but you leaned into my car, you know what I mean? And but he just wasn't hearing it. He just saying, get out the car, you know what I mean? You need an ass whooping. You don't roll the window up in somebody's face, you know. And I said, man, this is why
Oh
there's so much
God.
of us in jail because you're willing to fight me over a rolled up over a window over
So
to
did
just
you pull off, Carl? Because
I did eventually, yeah, I pulled off because I wasn't getting through to him. He just wanted to whoop somebody's ass,
did you do
you
your
know.
text?
Yeah, I drove around, parked somewhere else, and finished
Mm-hmm.
my but you know, I'm like, this is like this guy was willing
To
to
lose
yeah
it. Whoop
to
your
lose it.
behind over
Yeah,
a rolled up window. That was
over
a disrespect. He would came over there.
right.
You got to move your car. You know what? I'm not
Yeah.
trying to hear you. I'm trying to do a text. He
Yeah.
said, no, he didn't. You pissed him off.
So then I started thinking maybe he's working the door of the hotel. Maybe all day he gets disrespected,
Probably.
and he's deal, how they probably treat him, like shit all day, and And here I come and roll a window up in his
The
face.
last straw.
Straw. You know. So yeah, that was my little incident. But I hopefully he took my advice and get some counseling because I told him he needs.
You told him, please get some counseling because you bugging out.
Yeah.
So that's a message to everybody. Please do not lose everything.
Yeah.
And he has entered.
What's up, Kev? Are you leaving Florida? Are you now leaving Florida, brother?
I'm still in Florida. I don't leave until the morning. I've had shows. We had daytime shows today.
Uh, she got a show tonight?
Yeah, so I'm just getting back. Yeah. Show
Oh,
tonight
okay.
at a day show. Did a show tonight, and then I'm out of here. I'm leaving at 4 in the morning. I'm out of Florida, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
4
the
in the
NAA,
morning, man.
the
You
NAA.
didn't even listen to the advisory. They told you to
Yeah.
keep your behind out of there. So now I need to borrow $50.
You're frozen, Kev.
Well, a lot of a lot a lot of this stuff was booked way before the advisory happened, and I couldn't get out of it. But glad to be. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear
Just
you.
stay
You
still.
froze earlier, but you're fine now.
All right, I'll stay still. All right, sorry I'm late, by the way. Hey, glad to be here. How you guys doing, everybody?
Good, good, we're good. So we're talking about the banning of the books. They just don't want. I don't know what they're trying to do by banning these books, and it's not even books that are these are not books that are promoting violence. So, but we know why.
Yeah, but to say that must be a rhetorical question because you know why they're banning them because anything that has to do with two things: one, uplifting our people, and number one, uplifting our people; number two, exposing the wickedness of the past.
Yeah.
Those things, those two things right there, have to be under
Yes.
control.
Yeah, they want to make
Like,
it out of sight, out of mind. So if we don't see it, we don't have to deal with it. And they don't want their little lily white children to feel the pain of what their ancestors done did to us. That's what they don't want to do.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. But we still, as Black people, still need to teach our children history at home because my mother taught us history at home. So you still can teach your children history, but let them know know them other people history too, because it's all our history.
Absolutely. All right, so let me show a couple of videos, and for you folks, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified once we go live.
And this is fair use purposes, educational purposes, entertainment purposes. We don't own the rights to any of this.
All right. Thank you, Tiffany.
I want to go through just some of the book banning. Duval County, Florida, which has lots of Black folks there. They've banned 176 books that have been removed from school. Thank You, Jackie Robinson, a story about friendship, banned. A book about Roberto Clemente, a baseball player, renowned humanitarian, banned. The Life of Rosa Parks, a storm called Katrina, and a book called Dumpling Soup. These are just some of the books that have been banned. It is very hard to get around the fact that the only books that are deemed controversial by the right, by people like DeSantis, the Chris Rufos of the world, the Youngkins of the world, are books about Black people, books about gay people, books about the Holocaust. Do you see where I'm going? They've never said a book about any European is controversial or will make someone upset. There have been European wars. Shakespeare's got death, demons in the Othello story. None of that to them is controversial. Only things that are about Black people, Jewish people, and gay people. Hard to see that as a coincidence, but mostly Black people.
It's absolutely not a coincidence, Joy. And, I've said this quote on your show several times before is my favorite president, LBJ, always said, if you can convince the poorest white man that he's better than the Negro, then you can pick his pockets all day long. And here we are. A book like Rosa Parks, what Ron DeSantis and Youngkin and Abbott are so afraid of is that, as an educator, we have talked a lot about education and the importance in our families. Both of us have roots in Florida. A good educator sparks a light inside of a child. We plant seeds. They might develop while we have them. They might develop months or years later. If you learn about Rosa Parks in third grade, there might be something years later where it's like, let me find out a little bit more about her. And you find out that she's not just some meek little lady who didn't give up her seat at the back of the bus. You find out that she's a rape investigator, that she actually went hard in the paint in deep parts of the Deep South by herself as a brave Black woman to actually investigate rapes of other Black women. You find out that Hank Aaron was a humanitarian, not just a baseball player, that he actually transcended, not just this racial aspect of the baseball game, but he actually fought for racial and equal justice along class lines. I mean, he was just so much more than, Mr. Hank Aaron, number, was he 45, I think he was? We find out so much more about Jackie Robinson and his critiques of capitalism and how he was a Republican, but sparked a much larger debate within the Black community about, is Black capitalism really something that, we want? How do we detangle these issues? All these books that are being banned are seeds that are planted in children's minds. And we're seeing that, Governor DeSantis wants to keep the state of Florida, the children in the state of Florida, as ignorant as possible so that they and their parents can keep voting for policies that actually work against them in the long run and the short run.
This book got banned in elementary schools. The ABCs of Black history is banned in elementary schools in the third largest school district in the United States. Someone reported this book as indoctrination, CRT, and gender ideology. A book about the ABCs. The school board met to discuss it and decided that this book is too mature for elementary schoolers. The kids who usually learn about their ABCs. But don't worry, it's still stocked in the middle school section of the media center. Sorry, kids, you can't learn about Black people till you're 11. Other titles that have been banned in elementary schools include Amanda Gorman's The Hill We Climb. Amanda Gorman, the National Youth Poet Laureate, the one who performed at Joe Biden's inauguration, and for hateful messages in her book of poems. This person also thought Oprah wrote this book, which is like a whole other thing to unpack. The picture book, Cuban Kids, has also been banned. A picture book showing similarities between Cuban and American kids, banned for indoctrination, CRT, and communism. You can't know that Cuban children exist till you're 11. Love to Langston, a book of Langston Hughes poems, has been banned in elementary schools for featuring critical race theory, even though Langston Hughes died before critical race theory existed. And lastly, Countries in the News, Cuba, has been banned because Cuba is a communist country. Sorry, kids, you can't know that other social and economic systems exist until you're 11. And what do you know? Ron DeSantis announces presidential bid today. Governor of the state of Florida, in which this school district is located in, whose policies allow for these kinds of asinine decisions to be made, and whose rhetoric stokes these fires. Just keep the kids ignorant, and the future of America will be too.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. In a safe space, dealing with the Black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. With Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We'll be giving you empathy, we won't challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwashed education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from our God above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. What's up? What's going on, people?
Yay.
Hey, Kev. Kev is in Florida.
Hey, what's up? Oh yeah, the place that loved the brothers.
You need to hurry up and get out of Florida, okay?
Yeah. How are you treated in Florida? How would you, if you had to give your experience in Florida? How would you say?
I would give it, on a scale of 1 to 10. I would give it a 9.
Oh.
I've been treated good. I mean, I see no animosity. I've run into no assholes. Excuse my language. I've been treated good. I mean, white folks have been very friendly. Speaking, at the store. I went out walking early this morning.
Yeah.
And women they walk by speaking good morning. Said good morning to me first. Outside my hotel and stuff like that. So everybody's been very kind. I've been in a lot of spaces, not just at my shows, but just out and about, going to restaurants and things like that. Because being at my shows, I got mixed crowds, white people, black people at my shows.
Yeah.
Everybody's been cool, man. So I've had no, nobody give me the side eye or, give me that, and what you doing around here sort of look,
Yeah.
But
because your life set. That's why.
is that what it is? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's because your life set. Did anybody give you any reparation checks? They should be giving you checks.
Look, Elder Barge ain't welcome to the clan meeting either, Tiff.
So you think the whole racial thing is blown out of proportion? You think it's a lot smaller than we think, but we blow it up really big?
No.
That's a good question. No, you know what I think? I think it's outnumbered. I think good white folks outnumber the bad white folks. What I do believe is that there's a large portion, don't get it twisted, there's a large portion of racism in this country. I think there's people that want to move forward. I do believe that. I think people want to move forward. I think there's people that, don't like the Donald Trump followers, the right wing, groups, the KKKs and the Proud Boys and all that stuff. I think there's people that just rather just move on. People got grandkids, and they don't want their grandkids to grow up in the country with all this hate. And then you got those that just don't want us here. Of course, I'm not saying there's no racism. There's plenty of it. I'm just saying there's plenty of racism. Don't get me twisted. What I'm saying, Tiff, this racism is well and alive in America. We all know that.
Yeah, because we wouldn't be sitting here talking about them banning books in Florida.
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't have this platform.
Where's those good white people at?
But you know what? But who wants to ban the book is a guy that's in power that has a large following of people that are uncomfortable with the browning of America, right? We know that. So yeah, those people exist by the millions. But there are people out here that just don't want to live in that country anymore and wish we could all get along. And in the famous words of Rodney King, Carl. But I think I don't want to say it's even down the middle, but I meet a lot of nice white people in my travels. I travel around the country on a regular basis.
I think one of the
and I meet I meet so many nice white people that it is baffling to me. I mean, cut you off, bro. It's baffling to me how I can meet so many nice white people, and then 24 hours later, see and hear some of the racist shit that goes on in this country 7 days a week. It is just baffling to me how it happens that way, bro.
Yeah. Tiffany, would you say that what would you say is the reason they're banning the books? Because Jackie Robinson, what could possibly be in a book?
Because they don't want their children, or even maybe our own children, to know the history of America, which is wrong. We need to know our history, because how are we going to go towards the future if we don't know our history? And if they can be able to control it and remove it, they can do it. But it's up to the people. It's up to the people. The people have to stand up. The parents have to stand up. But we see that that's a white town, you understand, because they're going along with it. Why would you ban these books? These books are not about killing, hurt, and it's about history, facts that happen, factual things that happen in this world, in America. And you trying to tell us we can't teach our children this? They're intimidated. They intimidated by us.
Is it because the books make them look bad? As they say,
it's because of that. They don't want to look bad at all. Look at that thing that happened with Nick Cannon when he had Professor Griff on there. They was like, how are you going to talk about us on our platform when we're signing your checks? You cannot talk about the oppressor when he's paying for your checks. You should have said all of that on your own platform, your own media, something that you own, that nobody can tell you what to say or how to say.
All right. So, I mean, is there anything Black people can do to stop these books from being banned? Is there anything we can do?
They can talk about it. They can write about it. They have to stand up. But you got to remember, a lot of people in the South, they don't say too much. They from the country. They from the South.
But see,
Go ahead, Kev.
but see, that's the deal. That's the deal. What I would say here real quickly is, do we need permission, Tiffany and Carl, to teach our kids Black history? Do we have to learn it in the classroom? No, we don't. We're not going to learn it in a school. That's the problem. I went through this with my daughter. I was a single parent. And when I raised my daughter, when I got custody of my daughter was raised, I'm going to be personal. My daughter was raised in an all-white environment. Her mother basically took her to an all-white town in Virginia, and my daughter was raised around all white people. She was the only Black person in her school, And when I got custody of my daughter, she was 6 years old. And when I brought her into my world, back to Maryland, around my family, she was a little white girl. My daughter today is probably as militant as freaking Malcolm X. She went to HBUC. My daughter don't even listen to Eminem anymore. That's how bad it got. She won't even listen to Slim Shady.
Got a wake up call.
Because she thinks he's a fraud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. When she went to college, she went to all Black college. But when she went to college, she got a wake up call. When she became an adult, she got a wake up call because she's experienced racism. But I tried to teach my daughter when she was young. When she was in junior high school, she was only dating white boys, And I was like, look, I don't care who you date. I don't care what you do, but know your history. You can date white boys, you can do whatever you want to do, but know who you are and know your history. And I taught my daughter her history. I taught her, and my daughter used to call me a racist. She go, Dad, you're a racist. You're dead.
Yeah.
I'm not a racist. You know I'm not a racist because you see me around white people all the time. I bring white people into our home. How am I a racist? Well, one of my friends I bring home, is a white guy. But she didn't like the fact that I was schooling her and reprogramming her to know her history and to know who she is, and now she thanks me for that. Now she understands where I was coming from all those years when she was 12 and 13 and 14, when she thought I didn't like white people, the furthest thing from the truth.
I'm still trying to get
at that point,
I'm still trying to get, not to cut you off, I'm still trying to get over you saying that why should it be, and why shouldn't it be? And why should it be in the school? Why do you think it shouldn't be? We are part of history.
Well, because as Martin Luther King said before he was assassinated, he says, I think I made a mistake by Martin Luther King did one thing, and that was he fought for us to integrate with white people. Later on in his life, in late 1968, before he was assassinated, he told Helen Belafonte, I think I made a mistake.
I get it. Mm-hmm.
I put my people into a burning bush. You know what I'm saying? I'm quoting him. So what I'm saying, Tiffany and Carl and people listening, is that the biggest mistake we made was desegregation, because that's when we lost our identity.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if you go do the history on Black Wall Street and you see all the businesses that we had, the theaters and the bars and the schools and the banks and all the stuff we had at Black Wall Street. Mm-hmm. And I've said this on this show before. Guess what Black Wall Street didn't have? What? A prison.
Yeah. Why?
You know why? Because there was no crime amongst us. We weren't killing each other. We weren't stealing from each other back then. Yeah, we wasn't doing the things that we're doing now, because in that all Black town, there was unity amongst each other, Tiffany and Carl. So when we started fighting, that's why people always go, oh, Black people kill each other. Well, now we do. We didn't back in
Yeah.
Black Wall Street. We weren't killing each other in that town. Nobody was killing each other. But now, yes, because we're integrated into something that, you know, that we, like my Dr. King said, I made a mistake. I'm
Yeah.
afraid I made a mistake.
But we
I'm
have
afraid I
choices.
did the wrong thing. But so I think what I'm saying, Tiffany, is that it doesn't have to be in the schools for us to teach ourselves. Now they want to hide it from their grandkids how bad Uncle John was in the 60s, you know, when he was a part of lynchings and stuff like that. I get it. Yeah. And that's why they want to hide it, because they don't want you to know, they don't want their grandkids to know that Uncle John wore a hood and burned down Black people's churches. You know, they don't want their kids to know that. But as far as our history goes, we don't need it to be in any schools to teach our people about our history. We have enough knowledge. There's enough social media. You can go on TikTok and find out about Black history. You can go on YouTube and find out about Black. I mean, I've done so much research on YouTube before TikTok was even thought about. You know, before social media was even thought about, I was reading books on history. We just got to learn to read books. I used to go into Barnes and Noble, and I forgot the other one that went out of business back in the day, Borders. You know, I used to go in those stores all the time back in the day and look around, and I was the only Black person in there.
What, reading a book?
We don't like to read. We don't like to read. I don't know why we don't like to read, but
Yeah,
you know,
we start
picking up books and doing some research. Or you don't like to read, go to YouTube and watch a video. You got teachers now. You can listen to all these smart Black people, Joe Madison, Karen Hunter, Cornel West, all these people, man, out here that have all this knowledge, you know. You can pull up old videos of some of the old leaders and stuff, you know. There's so many great leaders that are on YouTube right now from the past, kicking knowledge about our history and how to better. So it's so much out there right now. We don't need them to do shit for us as far as teaching our kids.
You're right, but I don't think they need to remove it. So if that's the case, they need to remove the Black teachers, remove all of them, because they're a part of history. It was a lot of Black educators.
So is the teaching of Black history for us, or is it to let the white kids, or is it for the white kids?
They don't want them white kids to know. That's what it is. And they probably don't want us to know either, because if we know where we came from, that means we're going to look at life differently. We're going to do things differently. That one thing might spark us to be number one, you know? So they don't want that. They want us to be at a certain level, because if we start getting knowledge or we start getting reparations, we're going to be at another playing field, a different playing field. And they don't want that. They don't want us at the same playing field as them. They always want us to be beneath them.
You know what also they don't want you to know? They don't want you to know that Thomas Jefferson was raping an underage girl. You know, they don't want you to know that George Washington, the father of our country, was a brutal slave owner. A brutal slave owner. He wasn't just a slave owner. He was brutal to his slaves. You know, they don't want you to know that Christopher Columbus came here and murdered millions of American Indians. Christopher Columbus, who we celebrate. We have a holiday. We have a holiday for Christopher Columbus. We have a holiday for George Washington.
Right.
You know, we celebrate Abraham Lincoln. We celebrate all these guys on our money that we pull out our pocket every day. And most of those guys on the money were murderers and child, you know, rapists, slave masters. You know, you call me light skinned. You know why I'm light skinned? Because some white man raped some dark skinned African chick, you know, lady, I should say, excuse me, some African lady who's darker than all of us was raped by a white man. And that's why my skin complexion is this way, because my great-great-grandmother was lighter than me, you know.
Yeah, we got them
on my mama's side. And on my father's side, you know, my great-great-grandmother was American Indian. I remember seeing her. She had this long silver hair down to her daggone butt, man, past her butt. Beautiful lady, you know, this bronze skin. it was scary because I didn't know that she was an American Indian. You know, I didn't know why I was go over the house. She's sitting in a rocking chair and she had this ponytail down her back, and I was like, and she had this bronze skin, and she just sit there in that rocking chair all the time. And I'm a kid. I didn't realize she was an American Indian. I didn't realize why her skin looked like that. Why is she so bronze and so I think about it now as a grown man. She's absolutely beautiful. When I look back now, I realize how beautiful she was. But as a kid, I didn't realize how beautiful she was. I just realized she was different than any other people that I saw around me.
Yeah.
But I mean,
let me read a couple of comments here. Highly Flavored on checking us out on YouTube. What's up, Highly Flavored? I say flavored, highly favored.
Yo, you be torturing them.
I'm blind. Can't see. I gotta get close up. The parents and grandparents not caring about who their children date and marry has been and is a big problem. So you should care. You should intervene if you see a kid dating somebody that or you can suggest, you can tell them, hey, I don't know if you have control of who your kids date, because when these kids go to school, they go to school with like all types of people.
No,
but
that's right.
Well, could your parents tell you anything when you was dating people? No. So my thing is, you can give suggestions and just tell them, listen, that's on you. Just don't, like my people said, don't get caught up, and you good.
Dr. Umar, who how much he hates interracial dating, he's making he's on it hard. He's on it hard, man. The brother's on it hard, and he makes a lot of sense sometimes. He jumped on Kobe Bryant the other day. I saw a video. He's riding Kobe Bryant, and Kobe Bryant's dead. Like you can't dog out a dead man who tragically died.
Why did he start bragging him out? Something with some money with his wife.
Well, Kobe was married to a woman, a non-black woman. That's why he's dogging her out. But Kobe's kids were black. Kobe died being a good dad to a black girl. You understand? Kobe's daughter was black.
Right.
And he was being a good dad to that young black girl that cost him his life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He died being a good dad to a black girl. So Dr. Umar is angry because Kobe's wife, who gave him 3 black children, he's upset because Kobe's wife now gets that $600 million that Kobe was worth. She gets that money now, and he feels that generational wealth should go to black people, not to a non-black woman. Well, Kobe's kids who are black are going to get some of that money. They're going to get that money. His kids are going to have that money, and so it is going to go to black people. Because when Kobe's daughters, he lost a daughter in an accident, but his other 3 daughters, on their driver's license, even though they got a mother who's Hispanic, I believe she's Hispanic, on their driver's license,
who mother is Hispanic?
It's going to say,
who?
I think Kobe's wife. Kobe's wife
she's Hispanic,
was Hispanic, I believe.
His father is black. All right.
No, I'm saying his kids are going to be raised. His kids are not. Their driver's license are probably going to say black. Like my driver's license say black male. Their driver's license is going to say black.
Hispanic. They could put Hispanic. You don't know. They could put anything.
Well, it usually goes to the father's origin, and he was a black male.
Well, we know that because regardless to what, once you get that blackness in you, you are considered a black person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they're black kids. They are black kids. So Umar is dogging out a dead man for marrying a Spanish woman, but that's who he fell in love with, right?
Listen,
and
I don't want to get on nobody. I like Umar, and I like Kobe, and God rest his soul to him and sister. To him and his daughter. God bless them. So I can't.
I like Umar too, but that don't mean he can't be wrong, sister.
No,
I love a dude. The brother's deep. The brother's a bad dude. I like a lot of his stuff. I respect a lot of what Umar says. I think he's wrong on this.
I want him to come on our show.
And we'll probably get him on our show in the future. I think he will come on our show and he can explain himself. But I don't think I'm not against interracial dating because I think that people can't help who they fall in love with.
Oh, that's very nice. No, I'm not dating a white man. It's nothing like a
and
black
I'm happy
man.
about that.
It's
I'm
nothing
happy
like
about
a
that.
black man, a beautiful black man. I
I
love
agree
black
with you. What do you
men.
think? What do you think?
Thank you, black men. I love you. Okay.
Thank you. I agree with you. I mean, black
I had a
men,
black
you know,
father,
highly,
Faja, and he was a good father.
highly favored said something I thought interesting. She said, stop saying biracials are black. If that's the case, all people are biracial, but who's benefiting? Not us. We are so slow.
what?
Oh.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to make of that, but I'll read it again. She says, stop saying biracials are black.
So what
They're
are
black.
But
They
are
are
they
black.
mulatto? Mix?
There's no such look. If Kobe's daughter, who's is a brown skin complexion young girl who's going to grow into a woman, if she gets pulled over by a cop, she's black.
She's considered
If
black.
Halle
What about
Berry,
Kamala?
if Halle Berry, who is lighter than me, gets pulled over by a cop, she's a black woman.
What about Kamala?
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, because
if she gets pulled over by a cop, and Kamala Harris gets pulled over by a cop, and she wasn't Kamala Harris, she can end up like Sandra Bland.
Okay, look, you need to. I hope she hears. Kamala, I heard you hear that. You're black.
Sure. All right, so Psalm 46, verse 1, checking in from YouTube, says, here's what is crazy. One drop rule. There wasn't no multiracial back in the day. One drop of blood and you're black. LOL. Yeah, you're black.
Yeah, that's why I said once you got that black in your blood, they say you are black.
Highly favored says you can't help who you fall in love with. It's old. It's old now. So she's saying. So I guess what highly favored is saying. I don't want to put words in your mouth, highly favored, but if I've met lots of white women and women from different cultures that we hit it off, and we were getting along great. Do you, as a black person, have to make a conscious decision? Okay, this person is nice, but I can find a black person just as nice and move on. We don't seem to do that. You know,
can you control that though? Can you control like you meet a girl from the Philippines and you're dating her and you two hit it off and the chemistry's there, emotionally and physically. Are you supposed to say you're not Tanisha from Brooklyn, so I'm gonna have to move on? I mean, does that make sense?
Basically,
to each his own. Everybody, I know. Listen,
I'm just saying.
But that's what people like Dr. Umar is saying, that you keep going until you find somebody from your race. That's what they're saying. You know,
Wesley Snipes is he's been married to a Asian woman for, I think they've been married for 19 years now.
Yeah,
and has a beautiful family. Yeah, I mean,
Dave Chappelle too.
And I don't think Dave Chappelle went out and said, "Hey, I want to marry an Asian girl."
No, listen.
I think Dave Chappelle was getting a lot of girls probably in his life.
So,
I don't think he looked. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he said to himself. I'm just saying, I don't think he said to himself, "I want to marry an Asian girl."
But what I'm saying
right?
is people want. That's what they want black people to do. People like Dr. Umar and highly favored. They want you to make that conscious decision. She says yes, she highly favored says yes, a conscious decision. Other cultures who build empires marry with a purpose. I'm sure there are white men who meet beautiful, wonderful, great black women that they get along with, but they make that conscious decision. I'm waiting for a white woman, and they wait and they wait and they wait, but we don't seem to do that.
Robert De Niro, who has a net worth of over $300 million, has been married to black women all his life. I think he's on his second black wife, and all his kids are
No, I think he's
biracial
on a.
kids.
I don't think he's on his second black wife. I don't think the second one. It's the first one is
Is
black.
this his first black wife? He's
Yeah,
gonna be married to the
he
one.
just got a divorce from her.
Okay, well, he's been with her. They've been together. Yeah, I think they just filed for divorce, but they've been together for over 20 years, and they got a lot of kids together. So here's a rich white man who could probably have a lot of women because he's Robert freaking De Niro, one of the top actors ever, right? So and a lot of bank. So I'm sure he can get all the fine ass white women he can get
No,
when
he
he married a
want
black
dark,
woman.
sweet
Now,
meat.
is it because he's attracted to a black woman, or somebody talk to me?
But
Is it because his attraction to black women?
But that's not the norm though, Kev. Normally most 99.9% of white men marry white women, right? But so Robert De Niro is an anomaly.
Yeah, and
it seems like white men wait for white women, Chinese men wait for Chinese women, right? Indian men wait for Indian women.
right. But
Black,
it's enough of us out there. We got all colors, all shades, all what. It's so much of us to pick out there. So my thing is, yes, to each his own. We want everybody to be happy.
right.
But just know when you are in an interracial relationship, a biracial relationship, sometimes it comes with consequences. You understand? It comes with stares. People saying something, voicing their opinion, which you shouldn't care about what people think. But it do come along with a lot of things. But my thing is when you have children that are black and white, you have to let your children know you are black. You're not white. You understand what I'm saying? Let's keep it real, because a black boy that comes from a white mother, he will get his ass locked up. He will get killed. You understand? Because it has happened. You understand? Because we done saw it many times. I think it was a young man that got killed in the car, and his mother was white and his father was black. They didn't care about that. If you, like he said, you got 2% of blood, you are considered black. So my thing is here, to each his own. And I salute Umar. Sometimes he say some stuff that you're like, okay, I understand. You like, oh no. But to each his own. Just know that if you're in an interracial relationship, you're going to have some type of consequences. And just know, if anything happens, she's jumping on the white side.
Yeah. Donna Hager, what's up, Donna? Donna said, why should we marry who you love regardless of color, as long as they treat you with the respect you deserve? Which excuse me, which Dr. Umar is totally against. Dr. Umar's attitude is always marry black. If you can find a nice white woman, you can find a nice black woman. So bypass that white woman and go find yourself a black woman.
Yeah.
What he's saying.
Minister Farrakhan feel the same way too. He feel like black men that are they are wealthy, a lot of them date white women, and he feel like, why date white women when you can date black women to keep your fortune inside of the black community? And I get it. You understand what I'm saying? And we should, but that to each his own. That's my opinion, nobody else's opinion. Love who you love. If you find somebody that treats you good, that's on you. What can I say?
Yeah.
Nothing.
All right.
I mean, before we move on, some of the great people in our leaders in our history has dated white women. A lot. I mean, trying to think of his name right now. Who's the guy with the afro? Who's the dude with the afro from back in the day? He married a white woman. What's his name? Can't think of his name right now. Got the afro and the beard. What's his name? God damn it. Can't think of his name right now. No. He was he was a civil rights leader. I mean, not even civil rights leader. Before that, he used to go to the White House.
Come up with the name. How you gonna do this? How you gonna say half of it and don't give us all?
I was just about to say the name and you just interrupted me and messed it up my tongue. It was right on the tip of my tongue, Tiffany. Hold on for a minute. Hold on.
He has an afro and he's married.
Yeah, he got an afro. He went to the White House with Lincoln. He's actually
you talking about Frederick Douglass. And his
Frederick Douglass,
his last year of his life, he wound up dating an abolitionist or something like that. But he was with his
Frederick Douglass, yeah.
He was with his black wife till the day she died, and they was together for over 20 years. So he didn't have a black wife. You understand what I'm saying?
He had
I mean, I
Well, they
get
all
it.
do. That's what I'm saying.
Don't be
O.J.
trying
Simpson
to
had a
throw
black
that
wife.
out there like that. Every
That's probably
time
a
I
bad
say, I'm
example.
gonna be honest with you, because I am a power to the people and I know my history.
Yes.
Every time I think of a white woman, I think about Carolyn Bryant. You understand? And you see that young man lose his life over something like that, and then you do the history of how many black men lost their life over a white woman accusing them of something they did not do, because we was too scared to even try to play ourselves. But they just wanted to kill a black man that day or a black woman that day. You understand? So yeah, I have some type of anxiety about that. I'm sorry.
And
That's my personal opinion.
hey Carl, who's that white woman that we always show videos of, the one that's that always down for us? What's her name?
Jane, you talking about
Something Elliott?
Jane
Yeah,
Elliott.
Jane Elliott. Is that her?
Right.
There are millions of Jane Elliott's in the world also. Tiffany. Jane Elliott is famous. She's famous because she's on TV and on YouTube and on talk shows and stuff like that. But there's probably millions of Jane Elliott's out there. There's probably more Jane Elliott's than Karen Bryant's.
Well, I want to see more Jane Elliott's, because I only see Jane Elliott, and she's an old lady. So can we get another Jane Elliott? Because I don't know. You find me one.
So we have lots of comments.
Oh, I'll tell you. I just read this. I'm sorry, Carl. I just read this the other day, and I meant to send this to our chat line so you guys can read it. It's about, I may have Betty White, another old lady who just passed away. What was she, 99 when she died last year?
She's 99.
Betty White.
Before her birthday.
Yeah, Betty White. I don't know why this popped up, but Betty White hired. I got to send it to you. Betty White. There was a dancer that was dancing at her club. She had a club back in the day, and there was a black dancer that was dancing, and people were complaining about it. And Betty White was like, "If you don't like it, just leave, because he's not going anywhere." So I'll just bring that up. And Marilyn Monroe, who did the same thing for
that's nice. They nice.
Marilyn Monroe did the same thing for another black entertainer, Pearl Bailey. I believe it was Pearl Bailey, who couldn't get a job in any nightclub in New York City back in the day. And Marilyn Monroe made sure she got on stage, and her career blew up after that. I'm just saying, we can always look at the negative thing and say, okay, I'm just saying it's not all negative, guys. I know
it's not.
Yeah, there's plenty of.
It's not all.
We can sit here all day and talk about bad stuff. We got enough ammunition. We ain't got to go back to the 60s. We just can jump on Donald Trump's ass for the next hour and a half.
What you would call? What happened? What you say? They got some comments in the
Yeah. There's a lot of people.
Oh no! What happened? They mad? Don't be mad in the comments.
Highly Favored says, it's sad to see the majority of black women are single and not happily married. Obviously, we need the most help. Our community needs the more help. Our families need the most help.
Yeah, because
from that standpoint, I can see why you're out there dating and you're black, you should be. So let me ask this question: like, when black people do well in society and they make a lot of money, should they go back and help the black people from their poor community, or should they just move on? The reason I'm asking that is should black men try to help when you help black women, you help the whole black culture. You know what I mean? And it seems like we don't seem to want to do that, or for some reason we just don't do it. Like, I get what Donna Hager is saying. Hey, Donna, I love you, but if your community, if your culture needs the most help, should you not do what it takes to help? Should you not build a black family? If we had strong black families, if we had millions and millions and millions of strong black families, we wouldn't need to seek out black women.
Right. We need more examples.
We are the only ones that do it, but there's something there. Like, the Jewish people don't do it. The Chinese people don't do it. We are the only people that, even though our culture is devastated almost as far as the families go.
Mhm.
And if you look at the basketball players, they do black men with money always look for white women. There's a small majority that don't, but come on, we've all seen it. Every time you see a successful
All of them
black
is
man,
either white, light skin,
right?
or
Yeah,
mix or anything like that. And then they contract. Nobody can tell me they contract. Tell them don't help the community. I swear to God, I think they can't do certain stuff. Once they get a certain amount of money, they can't help their community. I really think it's in their contract because, like you said, you would think that some of them will help or give back to the community or give back to black women that really
I don't
needs the
know. I
help.
don't know that. I don't know that. We didn't find out until after Prince passed away all the money and how down he was for helping black people. Prince was into helping black people and doing a lot of stuff for communities and donating a lot of money for black causes and a lot of things. And it was never publicized.
Yeah, but he was very secretive.
And
Everybody
Prince
said he
dated a
was
lot of, talking about light-skinned women. Prince is the king of dating light-skinned women and dating outside of his race. Everybody,
oh,
I don't think he dated anybody darker than me.
oh yeah,
it's
Everybody he dated was freaking.
he was not
Everybody that
dating no
boy
paper
dated.
bag.
No, I'm
vanity.
just saying but he put a lot of money behind the scenes into our community, is what I'm saying. So
Thank you,
it's
Prince.
not. We don't always know what's going on with people. Even the football player that died, that had the heart attack on the football field last season, Hamilton.
Yeah,
That
his girl.
brother. Before we know nothing about him before he got hit and dropped dead on that football field. We knew nothing about him. Come to find out, this cat has been donating a lot of money, and he don't even make that much money. I mean, he makes a couple of $1 million a year. That's not a lot of money. But this cat been putting money back into the community like crazy. He got all sorts of programs going on that we didn't even know about and wouldn't have never known about until that accident happened, and then it came out into the light what he was been doing,
That's
giving back to
probably a
his
part of the
community.
contract.
So who he's dropping, who he's banging, I don't know who his girlfriend might be. He might have a white girl or light skinned Beyonce looking chick or Apollonia or whatever, a vanity on his arm. Who knows who he sticks in his bedroom, right? But my point is that cat been giving back to the community like crazy. So it's a lot of that going on, Carl and Tiffany, amongst Charles Barkley, who's a controversial figure, who I don't agree with him on everything.
Oh
But
no.
Charles Barkley is married to a white woman, been married to a white woman for a long time, all his life. But Charles Barkley
Here we
puts a
go.
lot of money back into his neighborhood where he grew up at. So, I mean,
Thank you, but
I'm
still
just
we don't know
saying,
him.
I'm just saying,
He's the king of the coons.
we don't know what people are doing because everybody that does something don't have to get on CNN and say, hey, I just donated millions of dollars to the kids in Chicago. Don't mean it's not being done by our people. That's what
Well,
I'm
I
saying.
don't. Well, so what's going on? I think we need to know. So Flint is out there needing water. Why the celebrities ain't out there building a whole water system? They can put together a
That is
whole water system, but they don't want to do that. Matter of fact, Mississippi wound up getting a lot of money, and now the conservatives want to take that money away from them to fix their water. So it's like you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. So I thank
I
you
was
for
watching
giving us all the props that all the down low celebrities that don't want to tell nobody that they're doing these things. We need to know, and I don't see it like that. I'm from Brooklyn. I don't see nobody out here doing a lot of stuff.
Let me read some more comments. Tima Taylor, what's up,
Hey,
Tima?
Tima.
Check me in on Facebook. I don't think they overlook. I don't think they overlook for our white women is the school they attend. I guess she's talking about why successful black men date white women. She doesn't think that
yes.
they go looking for white women. They attend schools where there's mostly white women. So
Yeah,
uh,
that's a sister. That's a
you know,
case. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
I
a
made
case.
that same point.
No,
Psalm
you did say that, but you said some other stuff too. I ain't forget.
Somebody on YouTube, Psalm 46 verse 1 says, and it's upsetting because there are black women out there who would make very good girlfriends and wives, but they overlook us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. I'm single. I ain't a bad
Yeah.
catch, but hey, I understand.
You know, but and
Well, it's also the circles too, right? It's the circles that these guys are in. I mean, because they're in a circle. I'm not making excuses, but if you're a multimillionaire, and you like Jordan married a black woman and had babies with a black woman, right? But then they got a divorce, and Miss Juanita is set up for life. I'm sure. Who knows who she's dating right now? She might have a white man. Who knows? I don't know who she's dating. She's not as famous as her ex-husband, so they don't put out who she's dating, right? But but Jordan now is married to, he's a billionaire now, billionaire status, and he's married to a white woman, right? He catches heat for being married to that white woman. But Michael Jordan also puts a lot of money back into neighborhoods too. This has been documented.
This has been in the neighborhood. $300.
This has been documented. Well, he made a lot of money off of that, and people, he got criticized for not speaking out against some of the violence against his speakers back in the day, and it was well-deserved criticism. But he's changed now. He's I guess he's an older man.
You need to be an advocate for the celebrities. Go ahead, Carl. I'm not messing with this one right here.
Well, I tell you, you know why? I'm an advocate for the celebrities because I'm in the entertainment industry, and I'm not a celebrity. But let me point this out, Tiff. I've been in these circles. I don't have to be a celebrity to live these circles. I've been around enough celebrities. I've been around all these guys. I've been in this business for almost 40 years, So I understand these circles, until Def Comedy Jam hit the airwaves, which I was a part of that show, by the way, if you didn't know.
I know.
But when that show hit the airwaves in 1991, 92, Black people didn't even come out to comedy clubs. By the time Def Jam hit the comedy clubs, hit the airwaves, I was already a professional comedian for over 12 years. So when I perform in comedy clubs, the only girls I met were white girls, because one, I was shy. Comedians are shy. I was shy. So the only time I could meet a girl was on my job. And I was in a comedy club. So that's why when I was a young man, I dated only white girls, because that was all in my circle.
I knew you liked some little things.
But then when the tide changed and Black women started coming to comedy clubs and Black people started being, and then I started dating Black women.
I'm not doing.
I haven't dated a white girl. I haven't dated a white girl in over 25 years.
But
you know what I'm saying?
He's been clean 25 years. Like, go ahead, Carl. I'm not messing with him.
Throw some water on me, some holy water on me.
highly favored says still no excuse. Back in the day, if you were the only Black, you sought out Black in schools, etc. No excuse. If you don't stand for something, you fall for everything. So I hear what she's saying. No. There are white men who work with Black women, right? I'm sure there are white men who go to Africa and they help the Black kids and they're around Black African women, but for some, they still seek out.
I hate to be arrogant right now, but I gotta be. Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse my language. Excuse my language for anybody that's offended by what I'm about to say. Malcolm X fucked white women.
Yeah,
I'll leave it at that.
Don't want to taste the waters. That's.
I don't think he did it for that reason. I don't know why he did it. I'm just saying. Malcolm X. Well, when Malcolm X went to meet his maker, he was perhaps either number one or number two, one of the greatest Black men fighters. Exactly. But so that ain't changes past.
It's a difference.
I'm with a Black woman. I'm with a Black woman right now. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, Harry Belafonte, who we just celebrated, Harry Belafonte, we just celebrated that man on our show 4 weeks ago when he passed away.
All right.
Who was he married to? Who was he married to, Tiff?
Listen, to each his own. I don't care. But Carl,
you didn't answer my question, sister. Tiff, you didn't answer my question. Who was he married to?
What, a white woman?
Yes, I know. Okay. Are we now gonna say Harry Belafonte was not? Are we now gonna?
That's it.
I understand that, but are we now gonna say that Harry Belafonte was not a great black man because he had a white wife?
Listen, if he wanted to sleep
Did
with a
you
white
did
woman,
you see the interview with Harry Belafonte's first wife or girlfriend, Eartha Kitt? He told Eartha Kitt,
Yeah, I saw it.
you saw it? He told her, I can't be with you. I need a white woman because I can't make it in this business with a black woman on my arm. Those are his
Yeah,
words.
and
so
I think he was wrong for that. I think he was wrong for that.
everything.
Yes, that's true. I think he was wrong for that. Because
Everyone
Eartha Kitt was fine. Eartha Kitt was fine. He must have been out of his damn mind.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, that was some BS, Harry Belafonte. But
thank
besides
you.
that, he still was a
Thank
great
you
leader
all
for our people.
for sharing that.
You're right. I agree with that. I ain't argue that. I'm 100% against it.
But
100% against it.
But we can all agree that, I mean, this is no secret. If you look at society as a whole, black men do go outside their race more than any other race of men.
Yeah,
and
because
they marry, not only date or fuck them, as Kevin said, they marry them and they turn over all their wealth to the
right back.
right. I mean, we do.
And most of these men get with these women too, is because it's all about control too. In some situations, it's a control situation. Not all, but some. So I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. To each his own.
I think it's the circles. I think it's the circles. I don't think, because nobody's gonna say that Jim Brown wasn't down for his people, and he had a white wife too, right, or a white woman in his life. But Jim Brown and Muhammad Ali and all these guys, Louis Cinder and all these guys, you know, I mean, before Ali became a Muslim, come on, guys, let's keep it
what?
real,
I'm not
right?
doing this. We know all of y'all test the waters and touch that a white woman. So you know what? It's all good.
And touching the waters, sister, don't mean that a Muhammad Ali and a Louis Cinder and a Jim Brown and a Harley Belafonte and Frederick Douglass, all these people have done great work, right?
That's very good. And just know that I never, ever slept with the slave master. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
That's why our show is #1, because we can get it in on this show. This debate is hot.
Is it Chili from TLC? She's dating a white dude. She's getting some heat. Chili from
is she really?
Chili is almost 50. Was she 50 plus years old? She can do anybody she want. Listen, do y'all whatever makes you happy and make you enjoy it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Chili was in love. Chili was in love with a black guy who wasn't faithful to her, who dumped her for other women.
Still loves him.
And yeah, she does, and he hurt her bad.
Can't tell me she don't still love him. That's why she probably stayed single that long. She was waiting until he had that drama. She was like, I ain't messing with him. He too hot.
Exactly. So I mean, she had a.
Highly Favored says, I'm gonna need therapy knowing that Malcolm X had sex with white women.
A lot of them did. They said, what's his name?
Hey, we'll keep it real on this show, Highly Favored.
Quincy Jones
it's facts though. It's facts though. He did. So, and he admitted it. And you know, but that's just part of growing, right? I mean, look, at the end of the day, we all sit on the same toilets. We all do the same thing. We get on them toilets, and we all go to the same place when we die. You know, so we can pretend.
Either we are the most loving or the most, I don't know. Because the fact that black men step outside the race, either we are very loving or we're very stupid.
Combination of both. Combination of both.
Because to be honest with you, something that you said, Kev, regardless to your color of who you are still a woman. You still gonna have issues regardless to what. If she black, she white, she Chinese. You mess over a woman, she gonna get your ass. That's it.
Oh, women are women, no doubt about that. That's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah. That's it.
Look.
So Tima Taylor says most of these black celebrity men sleep with white women. I guess they are curious. But I'm gonna reiterate what Kevin said. I have been in this celebrity arena, you know, and all year round are white women. all you around the white man. You have to make a conscious decision, like Highly Favored said. You have to make a conscious decision to go look for. You have to seek a black woman out, which is what other cultures do, right? It seems like white men, they could work with black women all day, all night. They work with them and they just leave it at that. And I'm sure they meet some very nice black women, but they do not cross the line. They might, I'm sure white men, they're men, they'll like to have sex with them, but when it comes down to marrying them and turning over their wealth to these black women, they don't do that.
And
here's the other problem, though, Carl. Here's the other problem. There was a black woman, there was a black lady that caught some heat. I think she was on the Breakfast Club a few weeks ago. And remember, she said
she wouldn't marry a guy if he
a bus driver.
Yeah, bus driver. Only if he owned the bus. So that's another thing that black men deal with black women, is a lot of black women aren't going to date a guy in the Toyota that works for the trash company, right? Picking up the trash bags, or in Brooklyn, picking up all those big ass trash bags, Tiffany, in Brooklyn on the side of the road, that the rats be trying to get to. That guy is gonna get turned down by 98% of the black women that he holler at while he's picking up that trash too. Do you agree? No. And he makes good money. Trash men make good money.
98% of them. A rich woman, maybe. You understand? A woman with money, she's not looking at that. You understand? And then you have these poor girls trying to get with these rich guys, and you're not going to get it in the hood. So,
because a lot of brothers say, I've heard a lot of brothers say that oh, black women didn't want me until I got the football contract. Black women didn't want me until I got the basketball contract, or they didn't want me until I got my first knockout and became a professional boxer. So a lot of brothers have trouble picking up sisters unless they got status.
Or a lot of brothers have mommy issues. Okay,
they have trouble picking up women unless they got status. You know, and when you got status, when you're on television and you're making some money, or you look like you're making some money, you know, then that's different. You know,
when this live goes on, we're about to fight. You know, when I take my earrings off, we're about to fight. You gotta act calm.
I'm keeping it real though, and I know the truth hurts. Like my boy Tom Cruise said. Oh, I mean, no, not Tom Cruise. That's my boy Nicola. You can't handle the truth.
I can't handle the truth. And you know what? I was rooting for you.
So Highly Favored, not true, Kevin. We'll date any black man with any job.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Listen, if you got a job and you love what you do and you love your mama, you respect your mama, and you love your children, I'm good. That's the type of man I like. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want nothing else. That's good. So it's not about the money. It's about your character.
So we need to give these women a platform then, because I'll be honest, most of the black women I see on social media, they're saying what Kevin's saying. You know, so where are they the silent majority?
That's social media.
I'm not making this up. I'm listening to brothers who have gotten to certain status in their career say this stuff. You know, and they say that they couldn't, black women wouldn't date them until they got the Benz or the Beamer and the high class. I mean, you say it's an excuse to go date outside your race. I mean, I can't change your mind on that, but I gotta give people the benefit of the doubt of how they feel or what they, you know, because we all know, you know, black women are the most beautiful creatures on the planet.
Yes, we are.
I agree. Ain't no argument. Ain't no argument with me.
There's a lot of
ain't no argument with that.
Because a lot of these black guys want cute. They feel like if they get a light-skinned girl or a mixed girl, their children gonna be cute. The white girls want them mixed children because they like that brown. So I'm telling you, it's so many different percentages of why people date who they date. But my thing is, date who is gonna love you and respect you. That's it. You know, but I'm not dating no white man. I'm just dating a black man.
My dad is a brown-skinned man, and my mom is a shade away from being a white lady. My mom is a real light-skinned lady. I'm saying she's lighter than me with red hair. So she's a beautiful lady. My dad, you know, saw her. I think she's a cheerleader, and he was playing on the football team in high school. And he met my mom, right? So, but I'm just saying. But people back in those days, you know, didn't, I guess back in my parents' day, I guess interracial dating wasn't that big of a thing. I don't know, unless you were famous, like Sammy Davis Jr. and all these guys back in those days. Those guys were famous. But Sammy Davis Jr. hung out with Frank Sinatra. Well, no black people in that circle.
There
You
was
know
no
what I'm
black
saying?
people in that circle, but it was probably some drugs in that circle, and that's what kept them together.
I'm just saying, Sammy Davis Jr. wasn't he? If he's hanging out with Dean Martin and those guys, Dean Martin and that was his partners, Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra. There had a lot of sisters in that circle, is what I'm saying.
And they had a
And
lot of that
Carl Yard knows what I'm talking about, because Carl Yard's a professional stand-up comedian. In case y'all don't know that, Carl knows what I'm talking about. The comedy clubs back in the day, there were no sisters in those comedy clubs, man. It wasn't until after Def Jam that black people even started. I went years without seeing black people in a comedy club. I was like, damn, black people don't like to laugh.
No, listen, I see a lot of people a lot of black people didn't go to concerts. It was more, but things has changed.
Oh yeah, now black comedy is the top tier. I mean, in most comedy clubs, if you're black, most comedy clubs, black people are there now. But it wasn't that way back in the '80s when I started. It was all white people. So yeah, some of the girls I dated were white.
Always remember, us to white people, what you do is entertainment to them. You entertain them. And that's how they look at black people, as entertainment.
Hey, I ain't no Ben Vereen, and I ain't tap dancing.
As long as you getting paid for your entertainment, right?
I ain't no Chicken George now. Come on now.
I didn't say you was Chicken George, but you was the cousin.
Damn, I ain't tap dancing.
Yeah, I hear what Kevin is like. I'm gonna say it again. Kevin is absolutely right about when you're in that whole entertainment circle, the consultants, the people who handle this, they're all white.
White.
You as a black man, should you say to yourself, I need to, this is good, they're nice women and all that, but I need to go find me a black woman.
Yeah, somebody that understand you. Somebody that understand your walk.
It seems white men do it. They can, like I said, I'll say it again. They work with black women. They can work with black women all day and night. They still get up and go look for a white woman. But black men don't do that. Right?
Hey, I was on Showtime with the Apollo, 1991. Oh. You know who all the women was after?
What?
Sinbad, Jodeci was taping that day. They ain't after me because I had no money. Right? Barry White, People Bryson was on the show. They had all the men with money, little comedian coming out trying to make a career, ain't got no money. I ain't going after him, So,
Tiffany, you have a lot of fans here, Tiffany.
Are they mad at me because I don't want
no, they love you. The women love you.
Oh, thank you. I don't want no mad fans. I love y'all. Please make sure y'all leave a comment after we hang up or during the Facebook.
Yeah.
Because if we live in the YouTube, we can't see what y'all put. So if you can go back and put it in, but thank you all for coming out. We love you.
They say the black men have mommy issues, like you said.
Yes, a lot of mommy issues.
Oh, here we go. Whoa, my God.
You know what, Tab, you're gonna relax your little light skinned self with them flowers. Don't make me. I told you gonna make me take off my earrings on you. You keep playing.
I don't want you to do that. Don't take the earrings off.
Tiffany, you don't think if you meet somebody, are you thinking, Kevin, when you talk to and I've had conversations with white men and they were really nice, and as I'm talking to them, I wasn't thinking to myself, she's white. I just thought she was a nice, she was cool, she was fun, but with all that said, should you as a black man say she's cool, she's fun, I'm sure she'd be great in a relationship, but I need to find a black woman.
If I was single now, in this day and age, 2023, I'm 58 years old. Look good, Donner. Thank you. Thank you. At 58 years old, knowing what I know now, traveling around the world, living, right now in the space that I'm in emotionally, if I was single, I wouldn't date a white woman. Now, when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, I dated white women back in those days. Yeah. At 58 years old, right now, knowing what I know now, being who I am, being the person I've grown into, I don't think I would date outside my race. If I was single, If I was single, I'd be looking for a sister right now.
That look just like me.
Yeah, Tiff. Lizzo's taken, so Lizzo's taken, but I had to come. No. I don't care. Sister to sister. I'm saying I look for a beautiful sister in your beautiful person, beautiful looking lady, Tiff. You're attractive lady. Yes, we know that. But I'm saying if I was single, Carl, I would look for a sister right now. At my age, yes, I would have a sister. I would not be out at a bar right now or a comedy club or anywhere else I travel looking for a white girl.
Oh, and you said something, Carl. You said that when you was talking to the person, you just saw her as a regular person.
Right.
But you got to remember your background, where you came from. You came from another country. So you didn't know the history of what really is going on. And once you came here, now the point is, would you date a white woman now?
Now, in America, what I build,
yes.
I don't see myself doing that.
Okay. You'll probably sleep with one. Y'all probably sleep with one, but you won't,
Well, that's different. That's different. That's different.
Well,
that's different.
Look at that. Y'all know it's a difference, huh?
It is a different. Now I'm gonna say something really gonna get Tiffany messed up. She ain't gonna talk to me for 2 weeks after this. I'm really against. She gonna take the earrings off. I'm really against black women sleeping with white men.
But you can say
Hold on for a second. I am really against.
Wait, Kevin. Kevin got he got disconnected
because he was about to get his ass whooped. You saw I had to take my earrings off.
Oh, here he is. He's back.
All right, my bad. I'm back. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really against it. I think because you know why? Because white men raped black women during slavery, and that's unforgivable.
I told you that.
No white woman raped a black guy. You know what I'm saying? But white men did rape black women, and I think that bothers me when I see a pretty a pretty black woman with a white guy, and you never see an ugly black woman with a white guy.
Oh, never. They're always beautiful and chocolate. They get the darkest one, brown. I
saw one the other day. I saw an interracial couple about 2 days ago when I was at the shopping center, and fine sister walking with a brother. I'm walking with a white boy. Fine sister. And then I seen a brother with a white girl that wasn't attractive at all. You know, I mean, she had nothing good looking about her. You know, so
it
just homely looking. So yeah, I mean, you know, but it really bothers me when I see it, and I know that's kind of.
You got some nerve.
I know, and I do. I know a lot of people are pissed off about that comment, but I'm keeping it. Hey, this show, we keep it real on this show. I'm not here to front. I'm not here to make up nothing. I'm not here to lie. I'm not here to get. You know, I want people to like me. I'm not here to lie to you though to like me. I'm gonna be honest in this show, and this show is keeping it real. We keep it real on this show, right?
Yeah.
And that's why people watch our show, because we bring the fire every Sunday night and we bring the heat and we tell the truth. I ain't gonna be a hypocrite.
I'm gonna read this. I like what Highly Flavored said, and then we can start to wrap it up. But she said, "But listen, when white people are at the top in every category, they can afford for a few to marry out. We're at the bottom. Build your empire with your own, right? So we need, like I said, we like I always say, we need the most help. You know, so." They can afford to, you know, if a few of them marry outside the race, you know, I mean, they're still on top, but we're at the bottom, so we keep marrying out, and we're not helping. And what do we consider outside the race? Like, we're talking just black and white, because I'm dating somebody right now, and she's Indian. So is that?
Wait a minute. Hold up.
So is that considered?
Did Carl just say he's dating?
Is that
good for you, brother? Good for you, Carl. That's the best news. First of all, Carl, Tiff and I are family, and we just found this out on the show. First of all, hey, Tiff, take your earrings off on this fool. Take your earrings off of him. You should have been told us.
I need me a dish. Does she know how to cook? I like Indian food. You need to tell her I want one of the potatoes that have the apples dipping.
But
Carl, can I say something real quick, Carl? Before you,
yeah, go ahead.
My and Tiff ain't gonna like this either. But my first wife, my first wife was from Sri Lanka.
I think you told us about that, Sri Lanka.
And Sri Lanka is an island, independent island, but it's in India. It's just an independent island, but it's in India. So she's an Indian descent. But I mean, she was a sister though. But she was, she's your complexion, Tiff. But yeah, she.
That's good. Carl, you're dating?
Yeah, that's good for Carl. I'm glad to hear that. It's good for you, Carl.
Go, Carl.
Go, Carl. All right, so Carl dating. Okay, so Carl, you know what though? That's not. I don't consider it outside the race though. I don't consider that outside the race.
Brown like us.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't consider it outside the race.
I love their culture. I love their food, and I love their outfits. Oh my God, I got a couple of them.
But will she understand your plight?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, does she understand that you, as a brown-skinned man in the United States of America, is a victim? That you could be pulled over and killed just because of your skin color. You'll get followed around the store. You'll get treated like shit when you walk to the counter. You'll get a loan turned down on you. Does she understand everything that goes on with you being a man of color in this country, Carl?
Did she do her history, Carl?
Well, first of all, she's Indian, but she's from Guyana. She's not.
Okay.
Oh, she's Guyanese. That's a different story. Now you got she respects the African black man. That's all we need to know. As long as she respects you and you like her, so be it. I'm good.
Yes.
She's a little diluted.
But I'm saying that because, I mean, is that considered outside? Because I don't see her as,
No, she don't got more money than the oppressor. She don't got that skin protection.
Yeah, she don't have the complexion for the protection.
Yeah, but they are coming up with the Asian people with money, so she could probably help you with some money. Okay.
That's funny.
Indians is doing their thing. They do their thing. They work. They'll stick up a place, but they'll work.
Yeah.
Go, Carl. It's your birthday. Go, Carl.
What?
It's your birthday.
And I want that potato. I want that potato. And I want some, what's that? Chicken masala.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best.
I want that.
I want like a spicy too, Carl. Tell her I like a spicy, Carl.
Yes. I don't want no spicy.
She might be watching, so she might be listening.
Chicken
All
masala.
Right. Well, if she is watching, Carl is a dope ass dude. So congratulations to you both.
He's so nice.
No doubt.
He's a nice guy with a hat. He don't have a hat on today.
I don't have my hat on today. I don't have to.
Oh shit.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. So Tiffany, what did we learn today? What do you want to share? Or what?
I love my black man. I love you. I love my Faja. What else can I say? And Kev, I'm putting the black on. I'm coming for you. And also, again, I want to give a shout out to my Miss Brown. Rest in peace. I'm going to miss you, sexy, sassy lady. And my sincere condolences to my sister, friend Kiwana and Sharice and their family. I love y'all. Blessings. And to everybody, please make sure you make proper decisions in your life. If you like somebody, you love them, enjoy them, but make sure you know your history, your background, and that's it. And subscribe, and tell people about us.
Okay, so highly favored before we go, she says, I'm just going to say it. These other culture women are desperate and will date a black man. Okay. Okay, so.
You said, wait a minute. She said that about.
I'm just going to say it. These other culture women are desperate and will date a black man.
Yeah, because y'all got that big eggplant and y'all make money.
Eggplant. Woo!
That's
Huh?
Well, I don't feel like I'm dating her because of her culture or because of her race.
You date her because you like her as a person.
Yeah, I don't feel that.
That's good. That's nice, Carl. You don't see color. You don't see none of that. That's nice. But I don't date white men. I don't.
Yeah. You date Indian men?
No.
No.
They don't smell like black men. Oh no, they don't smell like black men. It's not like a black man. I love you, black man. I'm sorry.
Kevin, anything you want to share or any knowledge you want to drop before we go?
I would tear Martha Stewart's ass up. No, I'm just kidding. Snoop Dogg, get over it, Snoop. I know you Snoop's hitting that on the side. But anyway, all right. So look, seriously, first of all, Tiff, don't get it twisted. You know I'm the most militant cat on this panel, right? So
yes.
don't ever question my blackness. But anyway, that's facts, no doubt. But I learned that we got some heated discussions on this show, and it's a good thing, you know, to have these heated discussions and have people weigh in. And I hope everybody learned from this show, you know, and I hope everybody's learning something. And we learn from you guys that make the comments too. You make some good points, you know, and we learn. We appreciate you watching it and making your points and stuff. And we consider it and we digest it and try to figure out, you know, we all can come to a bottom line on this. My bottom line on this is that I don't think most black men anyway, go out and look for white women. That's just my opinion. I don't think a black man puts on his pants in the morning and go, man, I gotta go out and find a white girl. I just don't believe that. I just think it's an attraction thing. It's an attraction thing. It's a you know, some people don't eat hamburgers, you know. So I mean, I don't know. It's just what you know. Like Carl's dating a young lady from Indian lady, but I don't think Carl put on his. I don't think Carl's went out one day and go, man, I gotta find me an Indian girl. You know, I don't think that was his thinking. He met this lady somewhere in his circle, and they liked each other, and now they're dating. So I don't think just like he didn't look for that lady. I don't think a white guy looks for a black guy looks for a white girl. You know, so it just you end up dating who's in your circle and who's in your space and who you run into and in your environment, you know. So you know, cut these brothers a little break, man.
So how would you explain the NBA and like the NFL, all those, you know?
Because all those guys are around, those girls that they're around, you see all these women, Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
Throwing their vaginas at them, and them guys be like,
yes.
Oh, yes.
Exactly, you're right. And
when they be throwing them vagina, they don't care if it's black, white, Chinese. As long as they getting some vagina. I heard it's hard for y'all to get some vaginas.
And there's a lot of black NBA players. Look, when they showed that clip of like 10 NBA players that's married to black women, and everybody on TikTok made a big thing out of that. I even put that thing in our chat so that we can see it, right? But you got to figure out of 10 NBA players that they showed that's dating white women, there's probably another 100 NBA players that are married to black women. They didn't make the cut on the video, right? Because it's not controversial. You understand what I'm saying, guys? So all the NBA players who got black wives, they didn't show them. They just showed the 10 ones that got white wives to raise blood pressures on people on the internet, right? And say, look, all the NBA players are dating white women. When there was only 10 guys that had white girlfriends, when most of those cats got black women in their lives. That's all I'm saying. But speaking of and the NFL player, I can't think of his name right now. The NFL player who married the black woman, he married a black lady. What's his name? Patricia and I just watched this episode on Dateline NBC. He's married to a black woman, NBA player, played for the NBA, played for Memphis Grizzlies, married to a black woman. Guess what she did? What? She got her boys to kill him so she can get his money. And they got kids.
Well,
they took him out in the woods. Took him out. I know. I'm just bringing that up. Took him out in the woods and shot him to death.
Did you see this right here? It's coming off.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm just right. The show's over. Good night, guys. You guys are great. Tiff, don't take those off.
All right. I want to thank everyone for checking in.
Thank you, everyone.
Hot show.
Thank you.
I want to thank Donna. Hey, good Donna. Thank you so much. I want to thank his favorite once again. He checked in. He was commenting all over the place.
Team Mud, hey Team Mud,
Thank
Asia.
you, Miss Favor. Appreciate your back and forth.
Yes, and Holly Favor, we appreciate
you. So much. Thank you, Tima Taylor. Thank you. G Car. Thank you for checking in and thank you for commenting. Thank you to everyone. I can't get to everyone. Psalms 46 verse 1. She says she's out there. Black men are ignoring her. But she's overlooked.
Next week's show, we're talking about all the black. Next week's show,
a makeover.
Next week's show, we're talking about all the black lesbians.
It is LGBTQRS month.
Yeah,
that's next week's show.
When you date outside your race, you're playing right into the white supremacy hands. They want you to date out. Do they? I thought they don't want us.
Some of them do. Some of them don't.
I don't think they do. I don't think if I walk into a bar with a white woman on my shoulder, I'm gonna get any love from nobody. Especially white men.
What that girl doing in here with that white woman? And they're gonna come right to her. Are you okay? Are you okay, Karen?
Especially if she's super pretty,
Yeah, no doubt.
I've been.
They don't want the ugly one. They don't want the unattractive.
I've done shows with white women, the comedy shows, and they were really pretty. And like before the show, we go to a restaurant, we go grab something to eat. We just haven't, and you should see the looks that that we.
O.J. Simpson. You think if O.J. Simpson killed his first wife, who's an African American woman, there'd be some big controversy going on about it? No. The only reason there was a controversy going on about it because Nicole Simpson was a beautiful blonde chick, right?
And she was a
lady
socialite too.
Yeah, a blonde lady, I should say. I don't mean to call her a chick, lady. The blonde, good-looking blonde lady is the white man's jewel, right? And O.J. Simpson had that. So if he'd have killed his first wife, it'd have been no big thing going on because the second wife was murdered. Allegedly, he killed her, right? Then that's why there was so much stuff going on about it. So, yeah, I mean, they don't care, Anyway, you know what I'm saying.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you to everyone for checking us out another Sunday. And thank you, like I said before, for making this a very hot topic. Tiffany's earrings almost came off.
Woo! Man, twice she almost took them off for me. Oh, my God. Hey, and I'll be back in New York next week, so I'll be doing the show from my studio, not from the front seat of my car. Like, this guy been in his car 2 weeks in a row. People probably think I'm homeless.
You're not homeless in that nice car. Stop it.
So thanks. And please, like I said, please like, share, subscribe. Please hit the notification bell so you get notified. I wanted to talk about, we didn't get to it. It's too late now, but I don't know if you guys seen the video where this Jamaican lady, she has like an Airbnb kind of place in Jamaica, and she banned no more Black Americans because they tear up her place, she said. And she did the usual, not all Black Americans, but most of y'all come and tear her place up. And you know what? I'm gonna show this is a quick teaser.
You want to end this with this, huh?
Yeah.
It's a video today, and I'm getting so much bad comments about this video. Also, you guys wanna attack me. I get it. Some people message me, I need to apologize. I get it. So here I am. I'm not sorry. Not sorry. I could post that video 100 times. I will post it. You can't bully somebody into what you want them to say. You can't bully somebody. It's freedom of speech. I could say how I feel. I'm entitled to my free speech. There's so much people right now can't speak how they feel because people bully them, so people shut them up and don't say nothing. Not this girl. You want to unfollow me, block me? Go ahead. I don't care. The main reason I post that video because the ones that are lashing out at my video, you're the one I don't want here. I post that video to weed out the bad seeds. So you watch that video, and when you comment down there, that comment here, thank you. I don't want you here. The people that are offended by my video, thank you for don't want to come here. My peace is more important than your freaking opinion, okay? Have peace. Peace and quiet. I don't need your money that much that I need to stress myself out. Okay? This is not about drama. This is my business, my peace of mind, and I'm expressing what I don't want here. And I tell her what tip. Let me tell you exactly what tip they popped today. There's a lady stay here 4 months ago. Yes, a Black American girl stay here 4 months ago. She eat my food for a week. I take care of her, take her down to her fall, treat her really good. After 4 months ago, she requests to get a refund back, a fully refund. This girl tried to jump out of a moving car to kill herself. The driver have to like hold her back. She stopped beating herself and they're like, stop, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I hate myself. This is what I put up with here. Yes, nobody else have driven me this crazy than the Black Americans that come to me. Not all of them. My best friend actually is Black American, my best friend. But the Black Americans that choose to book a ticket and come here to Jamaica to my place have driven me crazy. I'm not going to say random people because not random people. This is something that's cultural that need to fix. And every time somebody says something about you all, you want to get up and like attack them instead of sitting there like, you know what? She probably have a point. She probably have a point. No, just attack me. Don't regret it. No apologies coming from over here. African people stay here. I have Jamaican people stay here. I have white people stay here. I have Spanish people stay here. And I have Black Americans stay here. I'm not saying not all Black Americans are bad, but the ones that came to my place have been nothing but problem. Only 2 good ones came here, all of them. Fight late at night, not with me, with each other. They're disrespectful, they're entitled, they're unappreciative. And it is that way because America has spoiled them and give them so much free shit where they think they could come to Jamaica and get the same free shit out here and be nasty about it. I'm not saying all of you are like that, but because of that, I'm not risking my health and my happiness for people. No short-term stay. No short-term stay. It's not going to happen here. I'd rather eat salt and banana and let goats and cows live into my houses than I have people come here and stress me. I will not hate my business because of customers. A lot of business people are miserable because of some kind of customer. Not this place. I don't want my place is drama-free.
All right, so go ahead, Tiffany.
I don't know what made you want us to put this up, but my thing is screen your people better when you have Airbnbs. Check them out. Look on their Facebook. I don't care, but don't complain about something if they do, because it's a possibility, or to put out more of a deposit. So if they mess up stuff, you have their information, you have their credit information, they mess it up, they get taxed. That's just it. Don't be blaming it on American people. How about it just people, human beings don't know how to take care of other people's stuff? I don't like that.
Yeah, she was saying, all kinds of people, but it's only the Black Americans that she got problems.
Well, she needs to just start renting out to white people so she can make her money and stop complaining. I don't like this. She should have kept that to herself.
I agree.
Yeah, that's why put it up there.
Thank you. Goodbye. I'm not messing with her.
Yeah. All right, everybody, that's our show. Again, thank you so much. Thank you for checking us out. Please tell everyone about our show. So
Thank you.
We want to grow our audience. We want to reach more people, and we want to share our message.
Kevin's face. He all stuck. You know what? He needs a timeout. I'm telling you. Go ahead. Put our music on.
Yeah.
Put our music on, Carl.
All right,
get it.
We love you, Kevin and Tiffany. I love you. I love you.
I love you too. I love you too.
All right.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. We in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. With Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We're giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all the schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my college above. It's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show.